We're counting down the 6 most effective ways to banish weeds for good, all ranked by how much work they save and how well they deliver results. No sprays or backbreaking labor required. From effortless set and forget routines to clever tools and time-tested barriers, this lineup is tailored for gardeners who want less bending and more blooming. Each method is designed to be senior-friendly, budget-wise, and proven by real research. And you might be surprised by which strategies deliver the biggest weed knockdown. So, which weed-fighting solution ranks at number 1? Let's dig in, starting with number 6. Number 6, the AquaSave Drip Line Starter Kit makes weed prevention almost automatic. By watering only at the roots, this system keeps the soil surface dry, less than 25% moisture, so weed seeds just don't get what they need to sprout. That means 55% fewer new weeds popping up without any extra bending or pulling. The kit is simple to lay out, and once you add a timer, you can set it and forget it. At just 80 cents per square meter, it's affordable for most gardens. Pairing drip irrigation with a weekly crop rotation and a quick walk through the beds after rain helps catch any stubborn weeds before they get out of hand. This routine not only saves time, but also cuts down on the need for constant weeding. For seniors looking for the easiest way to keep weeds from taking hold in the first place, this hands-off approach is a real game changer. Number 5. The Fiskars Deluxe Stand-Up Weeder takes the ache out of weed pulling, especially for gardeners who would rather not spend their afternoon hunched over. This tool is all about staying upright. No kneeling, no bending, just step, squeeze, and eject. The secret is in the long handle and the clever foot lever. You simply press the claws into the soil around the weed, step down, and let the mechanism do the work. Even stubborn taproots like dandelions come out with a satisfying pop. For seniors, that means less pressure on knees and backs. Surveys of gardeners over 60 show that switching to a stand-up weeder like this leads to far less pain. Many say they can garden longer and more comfortably, even if they have had joint problems in the past. The soft, oversized grip is easy on arthritic hands, and the built-in ejector means you never have to touch the weed. For best results, tackle weeds after rain or watering when the soil is soft. At about €32 and with a 5-year lifespan, it is less than a fancy coffee per month to weed pain-free. Just remember to wear gloves and work during the cooler hours. With the right tool, even the most stubborn weeds do not stand a chance, and neither does back pain. Number 4. Plain cardboard sheet mulch turns yesterday's delivery boxes into a powerful, no-cost weed barrier. When you lay down overlapping sheets of plain, uncoated cardboard, making sure to cover every gap by at least 4 inches, you're blocking out 96% of sunlight. That means weed seeds sitting underneath simply can't sprout. Earthworms love the moist, dark environment beneath, chewing through the cardboard as it softens, and in about 6 to 12 months, the whole layer breaks down and feeds your soil. For best results, always top your cardboard with a thick layer of compost or mulch. This keeps it from blowing away and speeds up decomposition while making your garden beds look tidy right from the start. Unlike landscape fabric, which can tangle roots and cause water to pool, cardboard lets water and nutrients move through freely. No plastic, no hassle. Just remember, glossy or colored boxes are off limits. Stick to plain brown. It's a simple, senior-friendly fix that paves the way for a true no-dig system, shifting the work from endless pulling to a one-time cover-up. With this method, you're not just fighting weeds, you're building better soil, season after season. Number 3, the Charles Dowding No-Dig Compost Bed brings a quiet revolution to weed control. No digging, no tilling, just a steady layering of compost right on top of the soil. The science is simple, but powerful. When soil stays undisturbed, weed seeds buried deeper than 2 centimeters remain dormant, never getting the light or temperature cues they need to sprout. Each year, a fresh blanket of compost smothers any new arrivals on the surface, while soil microbes go to work breaking down old seeds and roots. Trials at homeacres and other gardens show weed biomass dropping by as much as 80 to 90% after just 2 or 3 seasons. For most gardeners, that means moving from hours of weeding each week to just a quick tidy every month. Even stubborn rhizome weeds lose their edge when you keep layering and avoid disturbing the soil. Eventually, their underground runners run out of steam. It's not an overnight fix, but the results speak for themselves. Healthier crops, softer soil, and a garden that practically weeds itself. Plus, the time saved, often 2 hours a week by year 2, means more time enjoying your garden, less time on your knees. For anyone tired of the endless cycle of digging and pulling, no-dig gardening offers proof that sometimes the best way to win is to leave things alone. Number 2, the 60-centimeter cedar raised bed with a thick sowing of white clover brings both structure and living defense to the garden. Lifting your growing space up to waist height means no more crouching or back strain, just comfortable access from a standing or seated position. Many seniors find the broad 10-centimeter edge doubles as a handy bench, making long weeding or harvesting sessions much easier on the joints. But the real magic happens below the surface. When you densely sow white clover as a living mulch, you're creating a living shield that blocks sunlight and outcompetes weed seedlings for water and nutrients. Field trials show that clover ground cover alone can cut weed numbers by 70%, and the raised bed itself keeps creeping invaders at bay. This double-layered approach, physical height plus biological cover, means fewer weeds, softer soil, and less work. Ergonomic studies back up what gardeners already know. Raised beds like these cut bending by half, letting you garden longer and more comfortably, even if you have limited mobility. And because the clover fixes nitrogen, your soil gets a gentle boost all season. It's a practical, proven setup that keeps the garden productive and the gardener pain-free. With the raised bed and clover in place, you're just one step away from a truly weed-proof system. And finally, in first place, a thick wood chip mulch layer, 5 to 8 centimeters deep, delivers the single biggest knockout blow to weeds in any garden. This isn't just a little dusting of chips, it's a proper heavy blanket that blocks out sunlight and starves weed seeds before they ever get a chance to sprout. In fact, university field trials and countless home gardens have shown that a mulch layer this thick can cut annual weed growth by up to 90% compared to bare soil. That means for every 10 weeds you'd normally pull, only 1 manages to poke through. But the benefits don't stop with weed control. Wood chip mulch helps your soil hold onto water too, retaining about 25% more moisture through the hottest, driest weeks of summer. That's less time spent watering and less stress on your plants during heat waves. At around €1.20 per square meter, it's one of the most affordable upgrades you can make, especially when you compare it to the hours lost to weeding or the price of chemical sprays. Here's the trick: don't skimp on thickness. Anything less than 5 centimeters breaks down too quickly and lets sunlight slip through. Grab a ruler or a simple depth gauge and check your beds each spring. If the chips have settled or thinned out, top them up to keep the barrier strong. Some gardeners set a reminder on their calendar, mulch top-up day, right after the last frost. And if you ever doubt the difference, just look at a before and after photo from a freshly mulched bed. The weeds vanish, the soil stays moist, and the whole garden looks tidy and cared for. So, if you want the fastest, most reliable way to keep weeds gone for good, a deep layer of wood chip mulch is the gold standard. No backbreaking labor, no fancy gadgets, just a simple, proven method that lets you enjoy your garden instead of fighting it. From the hands-off AquaSave drip kit at number 6 to the powerhouse 5 to 8 centimeter wood chip mulch taking the top spot, this countdown proves that beating weeds isn't about brute force. It's about smart layering and prevention. What stands out across every method is the shift from fighting weeds one by one to building defenses that do the work for you. Using barriers, living covers, and ergonomic tools designed for comfort and ease. The biggest surprise? Simple, affordable steps like cardboard sheet mulch and no-dig compost beds can cut weed numbers by up to 90%, often with less effort than old-fashioned digging. Each entry earned its rank by balancing effectiveness, ease, and long-term results. especially for seniors wanting low-stress gardening. The pattern is clear. When you combine surface dryness, robust mulch, raised beds, and the right tools, weeds don't stand a chance. The real takeaway? Lasting weed control is not only possible, it's easier, safer, and more sustainable than ever. Garden smarter, not harder, and you'll enjoy a weed-free paradise season after season.